This episode of Jester's Garage, we're working on Jumping Jalopy. Woohoo! In the little town of Kamiah, Idaho, my great uncle Les Olive built a parade wheelie car called the Jumping Jalopy from a Model T Touring. He installed a V860 with a 3-speed and had his radiator shop modify the radiator to accept twin hoses top and bottom. Then he welded the banjo rear end to the frame about halfway up the chassis and hooked it to a real short torque tube. He also added a big caster in the back. Then, running large diameter disc wheels, he made offset slots for adjusting how much wiggle and wobble he preferred. He and my Uncle Bob had a hoot in all the local parades for decades. They'd pack it with teenagers and kids, and they'd just go for a real fun ride. Hang on, as we're going to try to get this thing back running.
Well, here's our Jumping Jalopy. It's got a Ford 60 V8 in it. 3-speed transmission. It's got offset wheels on it. It's got a Honda seat on it, I can see that.
I didn't think so, yeah.
Must be low on gas.
I think so.
You might be wondering, you want to move the wrecker over in front of it?
I think the battery's dead.
The old wrecker is a Chevrolet military truck that Les bought from Hawaii right after the war. They didn't need to tow it, but they did, just for fun. My dad, he drove that Jumping Jalopy and that wrecker when he was a kid in high school when he worked for Les Olive. So this is quite the privilege to own the Jumping Jalopy. According to Lucky, it was running 3 or 4 years ago, but it was overheating, and now it's stoved up a little bit. So we're going to get it up on the prairie and put some juice in it, let it soak, and see if we can get it to turn over and fire up. Now we just got to get her in the shop and get those plugs pulled, get some juice in it, and then he can start doing some other things. Les had welded up the one door to keep it from opening, and so it's been that way since the 40s or 50s. Dad doesn't want to jump over the body to get in. Now that it's been soaking for 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to go ahead and see if we can get this thing to turn over.
It'll turn over, Jess.
Your plugs are in it. Is it full of oil?
Well, yeah.
Well, it's full of oil, so we had to pull the plugs back out so I could crank it. So we're going to try to crank this thing over with a homemade T-bar as a starter. Stand back, she might spit up some oil.
Oh! I just about spit on it.
Blech.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. Ah, she's good. Woo! You bet. She is
How
loose.
come the fan's not turning?
Well, because it's probably slipping right here. Yeah, it's the belt. We need a new belt. Yeah, see this here? Okay. It's sliding on this. Oh, it's going like gangbusters now.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, hang on right there and I'll go hook the battery up.
Okay.
Yippee! Thank you, Jeff.
Yippee!
My buddy down at the jalopy shop gave us a 6-volt battery, so we'll see if this thing actually does the job.
One starter is.
Is it the side button on the side? It's turning over. Oh my goodness, all we need now is fuel and spark.
Well, I put spark plugs back in.
Yeah.
Let me clean them up a little bit. Probably need to change the oil. No oil. That was just.
There's no oil in it. Cause it's, huh?
No oil.
No, he drained the oil and then it's been soaking with mix.
Enter the plug blaster.
How's it look? Let me see.
That's good.
Yeah, it's turned up pretty good. 3 down, 5 to go. Almost looks like that hurt. Does that hurt?
Huh?
Does that hurt?
No.
It looks like it does.
And now we're going to see if this old girl will fire up.
Yeah, blood right here.
Oh, he fired. So we took the plugs out one more time, started blowing out the cylinders, get all that oil out of there, and decided to do a compression test.
85, 45. It may pick up after it's been run some. And we may have to do a hot rod rebuild Canada. Okay, good. 55. I mean, what the old thing run probably at least 85. The first one was 85. So yeah. Go ahead. 95. You know, the valves could be on good count.
Yeah, we could do a little lap job on it.
It's good to know what it is, that's for sure. 45. This thing's got some issues. But, you know, probably never really know. That's not what they're going to address.
Yeah. Oops.
And the valves could be sticking too, something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can have some carbon and okay, go ahead. 35. See how it sounds funny.
Okay. Go ahead.
Dead, huh? Hope we didn't mess up by not taking the head off and sticking with the valve, you know.
Well, I don't think it matters now. I mean, when you do it before or after, I don't think it matters.
After the last try, we realized it was ignition.
Well, I brought the Clearwater paper, Progress, with the Jumping Jalopy article in it in the Clearwater paper. That goes to many people. And so all the work on the Jeep and the Jumping Jalopy stalled because these guys got to stop and read the article.
At that point, we decided to go ahead and pull the distributor off.
I would ruin that belt.
I know it. You destroyed it. I can't believe that.
This is the weirdest thing. This one is like right underneath.
Yeah, silly engineers.
You know, I think we just take that generator off.
Yeah.
I'll get to it easily from here. That's off, but
Oh,
it's like in a very
okay.
the engineer that put that bolt. He didn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's the way an old man picks up his tools.
Yeah. Yeah. You got that right there. Oh, now, try it again. Good job.
I put this by my pacemaker. It goes beep, 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 beep.
Then you start freaking out. Oh no. Yeah, we'll fast forward this. Look how fast he's going. Now we'll get that other spark whirler off of there. Then we'll be able to get down into the distributor and see if we got points issue. This here just pulls off this way. Yeah, this just pulls off like so. Just one more plug wire in there, it comes out of there.
That's kind of a hard thing.
Well, it was probably state of the art and really cool, and everybody was all mad.
Can you imagine doing that with the radiator on?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, you only had to adjust your distributor once a year, so.
Probably a bolt nut. I wonder if we should go ahead and pull the heads off.
They gotta come off anyway, so.
Yeah. And actually, you got to pull the intake manifold in order to do anything to the valves,
Yeah.
because they're all adjusted down there by the camshaft.
They won't come off, but, yes.
We might just pull the whole distributor off the front. We may have to clean up the valves or whatever, right?
I've got that lapping tool out there.
Look at that. Just spot on top of that radiator grill right there. I got this. Square with the studs.
You're working a 48 before gas plant?
The steering column was right on top of the driver's side head. Yeah, we put a little bit of heat on it like that and then hit her a few times. She came right on.
Now it's just a matter of that cap there is threaded on these Model Ts. This piece right here is knurled and it's threaded, and you can pull this thing out, and then the whole I believe the column itself is held by this upper cap. So there you go. Look at that. The planetary gears are out of it. So now all we got to do is pull this shaft out of there. It should just slide right down if I know what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. All right. Now we can pull that other head off.
Come on, we're doing it, girl.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
Take her over, Dad.
Yep, they're all doing it. There she is.
Hey,
It's just
distributor's off.
yeah, it's just a flat blade.
Dad suggested that I put a punch mark in the distributor and the end of the cam, keep everything in time.
I don't know.
Then we decided to jack the motor up so we could take the front mounts off.
Well, I'm hoping not, but just try it.
You know what? That was loose right there. Did I turn it back time?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if Ford designed that before you did a water pump. I can't imagine taking the front of the motor to a water pump, but you know, stranger things happen back there.
If we come up just a little bit.
I think you want to come up with the motor just a little bit.
Now you're free.
Okay, what fell?
Just the washer here is all.
Okay, we got a timing gear in the way. That spout, that it's gonna have to come off. This has got to come off. Hit that. Hey, it's a bolt.
Different 5R bigger one.
Nope, I'm gonna go from the bottom. There we go. Ta-da! Ta-da! As funny as that looks, it actually held. So we'll clean it up and try to make it look as much factory as we can.
Well, it was probably cast, and they didn't know how to
It
weld
is cast.
and so they well brazed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that some of this is actually welded.
Well, that
That's-
looks like brass there.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. That's brass there. Anyway, yeah.
Moving forward, we need parts. Gaskets, a tune-up kit, hoses, and water pumps. Next episode, we will get her back together, fire her up, and we'll get her back on the parade route, having a hoot. Well, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Happy hot rodding.